The only thing they're talking about now, with grant money, in-town money, is that proposed bike, extension of the bike traffic path in Brunswick, Thompson, coming down the 4-lane highway.
Yeah, but it's not a bad thing to have the data of where people are going.
Funny enough, the person who's doing the map, she's actually been to West Bath, the area.
Probably held up traffic.
There's good biking in town, Dave. Come on now.
There's a lot of biking in town.
I never showed it.
I don't care either way.
She can put the map together if the committee doesn't want
No,
it.
we'll put it in there, that's fine.
But I like the idea of changing the symbols.
Yep, I have that blow up the map, show the changing the symbols for traffic accidents.
Yeah, anything that's gonna be kind of color coded like that, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you've got black, blue,
Or
and
contrast
purple
it.
in different shapes, like you wouldn't have to find different shapes for every single thing, but.
Right. And that's the reason, it's also the reason why she didn't have every single photo laid out, because you see how crowded it is.
Yeah, it gets clustered in there.
I'm just curious, the map you showed going down through Foster's Point Road,
Mhm.
122 foot, is that height?
Yep.
It's the high point.
The high point is Great Hill, which is over here on off the hill road. That's actually a plaque up there, that they put in 1930s, it shows the highest point. Maybe it's just misplaced.
Perhaps. She put together, oh, wait, hold on.
The inside.
Because there's the 142 there, but then there's
There's 183 over here.
Yeah, on the
And
left.
then there's 190 just north of Route 1.
Well, the highest point in West Bath is off the hill road. Great Hill. Doesn't show it.
I'm not sure it's really that pertinent for this.
Well, I mean, because it shows this as a high point, I'm just curious.
Here's 183 off of, isn't that off of Phil Road?
I mean, this is just,
No,
this was just based on.
that's behind the transfer
Hill Road's a
station.
safe road, nobody runs into each other there.
That 183 is up on the hill by the transfer station.
That's this,
Just curious about that.
I mean, I can probably just remove the high points if that's
yeah,
a huge thing.
everybody's going slow enough, so they.
But yeah, this is just an example of the type of map that we'll be getting. And then,
It's much clearer.
yeah, it's gonna have parcels laying out for those specific maps, and the historic one, which we'll get into in a minute. It's going to just show the ones based on what the state information is.
So should Whiskey Pond is correct, or do we want to do like you did with Winnegans? Is that the correct term?
Up at the top right
Oh,
corner.
jeez.
That's in Bath.
Yeah,
That's different.
That's bad.
okay.
That's
So
in
I
Bath.
want to make sure that it's consistent if it needs to
It's
be.
a different place.
Pond, lake,
Puddle.
All right.
Full of whiskey.
That was fun.
So we will try and quickly go through these historic and archaeological resources. Now, this has gone through the Historical Society,
No,
correct?
this is
We're moving on to history.
Yeah, I need to get one that has the front and back. Did you bring,
Oh, that's the
Yeah,
up button
I
back.
gave my original.
Christine,
Christine
Yeah.
has them.
Yeah, those are the ones that don't enter.
The ones with the buckets, they only had like gate 135.
Yeah, it missed it.
Oh.
Yeah,
Do you
so
have
that's
one?
gonna.
I probably have it online.
Christine has
Yeah,
them.
Christine's got
She
one.
made copies, but she took mine to.
do you want one?
Got it. I will try and manage. So, this has gone through the Historical Society, they provide their comments and everything?
Yep, the most recent version was really adding language and by Mark Lincecum, who's a board member, and he did throw out a few questions that have not been responded to by the board, but they're very minor. First names of some people and that type of thing, so. I think it's been looked at by the people that know. I think there's always gonna be able
So,
to edit language, but
so in this case, and this is what we'll do for the other ones when they've been reviewed by others. It's just going page by page, and it's either accepting the notes from the Historical Society or rejecting them, pretty much.
or asking questions, and I'm happy to link it back and create questions or things, if there's anything that seems like should be included, or,
I did read through it, it's tough to try to include everything, you just can't.
right. I
You have
think
to-
the houses, to me, yes, I think it's Peterson, I think that it is. That was one of the other questions.
So it's Peterson, not person?
I have to think it's.
Peterson was a person, though.
I'm not sure what happened there. And then also, did Mr. Sears have a first name?
Sure he did.
At the beginning of it.
Probably did, but
None of us know.
Unless, everybody gets a chance to read through this at some point,
I've
on the
been
committee,
through it, I liked it.
I think it's good.
I would say at this point, we'll
So the
go
committee,
as printed,
the committee will accept that historical
Yeah,
resources
it's
as
good.
an.
and if Leah has other things to come back with, name change, stuff like that, we can review that at some point.
And it does have the cemeteries.
No, this does not. So this
Yeah.
is gonna be the one, that was one of the things I did want to mention, because I think some of this is crisscrossing, because there was
Right.
communication with Christine about the West Bath cemeteries, which are all town-owned except
Mhm.
for one. And I think I would like committee feedback about how that wants to be outlined. And you had given some examples about Appleton, so that can either come at a different time.
So cemeteries is something that a few towns always do have in their comp plan committees. Sometimes they have it in the historical section, sometimes they have it in their municipal services, just because sometimes towns mowing it or something. And really what a lot of towns do is very basic, it just says, this is where the public cemetery is, or whatever cemetery name you want to give it, and that's that.
If we do that, we have to certify that the town-owned cemeteries are no longer,
Well, you would say there's town-owned or private. Like, if it's nothing but private, you could even just have a little blurb in the history section that says, there are cemeteries located in the town of West Bath, but they are all owned and privately maintained, privately.
That's why I would prefer to see it in the history section rather
I
than
would too.
municipal services.
Okay.
Because I think it'll be clearer that there are public and private.
And I think with, with the number of people that are now looking for ancestors and something, and, they know that,
It's here.
and they have the cemeteries they can go and try and find.
and I'm not sure
They're
that
hard to find.
history, because I'm not sure when actually Indian cemeteries were active, accepting new members.
Yeah,
No, I'm not talking
No,
about
I'm,
members.
no, I'm saying that they aren't active, they have been, no new burials in years and years in these cemeteries. They-
I understand that,
But that's.
but if my 12th great
No,
grandmother
I'm
was
saying
born
I
here, I
agree.
would
I
like
agree
to go
with
and try and
Well,
find.
I'm agreeing with you.
Right, okay,
I'm agreeing that they're historic in nature.
right.
But, so Christine, you had sent me the mowing list, and so I think what I'm still not clear on is what town responsibility is for those cemeteries. But I think locating them, because I know that there was one that history from another historical society was looking for, and it's just it's actually hard to find,
Yeah, fine.
so.
And that's one thing the town is talking about working on,
I mean, there was a cemetery committee at one time,
but I think it should certainly be in the historic section.
Yeah, it would probably just be included right before the historic archaeological sites. That's
Okay.
usually the bigger spot.
So what's the best way to move forward with that? Because I got caught between emails. So you had sent me samples about Appleton and some of the wording.
Right.
And then I asked Christine, she's got a list of there's, the one said the town was responsible.
I think I'll just have to work with Christine about that.
And then there's one private one that needs to be
That's
added.
fine. It just depends how much information about the cemeteries the committee wants to include.
I think you just
You
reference it back to the
want in
website.
general, or,
I'd say pretty general.
yeah.
Just tell them to go to the website if they're for further.
If they're really interested to come to the town office, but I think just in general terms,
Mhm.
here they are.
Yeah.
Yeah, these were, because examples.
Cemeteries, locations,
Right.
Listed
As
out.
best you can.
yeah.
All right. I think that's all it was for tonight, then, if we're not,
Well, no, we're not done yet.
I mean,
What do we have for,
Yeah, I know that. But you've done
what do we have for
it
sections?
right.
What do we have for sections for us to do?
Municipal services.
municipal services, just maps, pretty much.
Okay,
Whoever needs to make any updates, whatever groups or CEOs or whoever needs to take a look at it, make their updates.
when
We
is
have a
the,
hand,
when is the proposed date for town meeting?
May
May
16th.
16th.
When?
May
May
16th.
16th.
So my question is, you think the state's gonna take 2 months?
Yeah. They will.
At,
It really doesn't matter how long the state takes, because as soon as they have it reviewed and they tell us to go ahead, we can call a special town meeting, which is probably gonna be the wiser course anyway.
you go to special and not come
Yeah.
in?
Yeah, I think that more people would be interested in a standalone meeting.
I agree.
And then have an opportunity to discuss it on its own. This is a big deal.
Yeah.
And the committee's worked really hard on it.
So Max,
Max has worked hard on it.
we have,
Yeah, let's see.
Has this been dispersed for review? I don't think we
no,
have been.
no, we're not there yet. So,
So, well, I mean, the only thing that I thought was left was for, some feedback from the different groups
correct.
to weigh in on it. Similar to what just happened at the historic.
Once we get a first draft ready, then we'll distribute the sections, once we have the first draft ready. That's what I understood it to be.
Formatted and everything.
Yeah.
Okay. All right,
Christina, have those
What-
sections gone out to,
no.
No,
No,
that's
that's
what
what
we're
we're
talking
talking
that
about.
hasn't happened.
Wait for the first draft, so far.
We want the first.
What do you have available for Monday in March? What's good for you?
As in next week? Oh, no, just in general, Mark.
Yeah, what'll work in your schedule at this point?
let's see. Let me think what I need to do. Because most of this is just me waiting for the maps to be done. And then it's just me writing everything up into the one format, so.
And we have that one more section to do here, right?
Right, and I have to get the local data for the growth area for one of these sections. Is the town office closed on Fridays?
No.
No.
No? Well, that's probably what I'm gonna do on Friday. I think the 13th I will be able to have something for everyone.
So if we went 13 and 27?
March.
March, yes.
I will not be here on the 27th.
Let's not do 27th then.
Well, I can do the 20th.
Let's 20th?
You know, power through in that 2-week period.
Does that work for everybody?
Fine with me.
Not that it matters, I won't be here on the 13th, I'll be here on the 20th. I don't stop anything.
I may be gone on the 20th, but I'm not sure, but that's fine.
On the 20th, is that the other date?
Yeah, 13 and 20.
Do you think the 3rd is gonna be busy, or if I was to show up?
Oh, no, that's fine.
Okay.
She'll pencil you in.
We'll make sure John's here now, also.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, if he's not-
he may not be.
If he's not, then I'll just get
You can find
some
someone.
other stuff,
We'll figure it out.
and then I'll just have to come in on the 10th or something.
Yeah.
Anything else, Max?
Don't think so. I think that's about it for tonight.
Okay, is there a motion?
Motion to adjourn?
Second.
All right, makes it official.
Hit that pause button.
First time we finish all the stuff in here, like last time.
No, you've done it before.
We doubled it, for the meeting from last time.
True. I didn't think we did, but we did. We did it by accepting the historical.
Yeah.